So I'm sitting out here in front of a coffee shop, just having my morning coffee. And anyway, I just wanted to, talk about Hua Hin a little bit.
Speed to the city streets, we began to feel the fire. We rise like.
So I've been here now for about 30 days in Hua Hin. And, I really like it. It has a slower pace of life compared to like Pattaya or Jomtien. And I think it's a great retirement destination. The costs are fairly low here still. But I do see, growth here. You see a huge influx of foreigners here from all over the world. Hopefully you can hear me. And, you've got a lot of people from Russia, from Germany, from China, all over the place. A few people from the U.S., not nearly as many as the other countries. Anyway, this area, it seems like it's really on the verge of some pretty big growth, I think. And so, excuse me, the first time I came here, I think it was about 6 months ago. I stayed here for a couple days. And, I see the prices, creeping up a little bit as far as the rents go. And this is just my perception on it. And the home prices here, I think, are a real bargain, whether it's a condo or a house. Condo's a lot easier for a foreigner to purchase, and that way they can own it themselves outright. It's just less hassle that way. But I have received quite a few comments on a couple of other videos that I posted, and one thing that I just like to point out, because a lot of times, people, so they're thinking of retiring in Thailand, and they're looking at renting, because they keep hearing, it's better just to rent. Prices are so low, it makes no sense to buy. But for myself, whether it's Thailand or the Philippines or Brazil, wherever it is, to me it makes a lot more sense, even though the rents are low, right now. It makes a lot more sense to go ahead and purchase, perhaps, especially if you plan on staying here or wherever you're going to. If you plan on being there for like 5 years or more, you might really consider purchasing rather than just renting. And for me, the main reason is that I've seen this happen over and over. It's like that old saying, would've, should've, could've. Well, if that rent right now is, let's say it's $350, for example, and then you're on, your income's based on Social Security or retirement, and it's a fixed number, that's not going to keep going up, so if your income is fixed and those rents start increasing, a perfect example would be California. I can remember when you could rent a condo for a couple $100s, you know, and now those rents have gone up, you know, fivefold, you know. So if you're on a fixed income and then you just continue to rent because the rents are low, then if those rents start going up, and let's say your rent's at 300 now, in 5 years, you know, what if that rent, suddenly there's a huge influx of people, which I do see an influx of people here, you know, suddenly the rent is now $600. Is that gonna have an effect on you? My guess is that it would, you know. So it's better, I don't know, I think it's better to be safe than sorry. You know, it's like the person that, you know, maybe thought about buying Bitcoin when it was $10 a coin, you know, and now it's sky high. You know, it's like nothing stays the same forever. You know, whether it be telephone service, rents, your economy, inflation, everything changes, you know, really. So you need to, my advice or my thought is plan ahead. Don't think that those rents are gonna stay low. You know, I had a lady tell me the other day, you know, that was you know, educated, a real professional and stuff, and she said, you know, she goes, prices in Thailand, she goes, they stay the same, you know, they don't jump up like they do, you know, in the States. And I thought, you know, just because something's been this way for a long time doesn't mean it's going to stay that way, especially when you've got a lot of people in other countries moving into the area because they want a better quality of life. And so if you're in the position, you know, where you don't have to rent and you know that you're going to stay, if it's wherever it is, whether it be Thailand, anywhere, you know, Philippines, Brazil, wherever, you know, don't expect the prices to stay low forever, because just like you're looking at making that move possibly, you know, or you're thinking about it, there's a million other people that have the same thoughts. You know, they're tired of all the corruption and all the political divide, maybe you know, in the US or the UK, wherever you're from, you know, and the cost of living. You know, my lifestyle while I'm here, man, it's really good. It's a heck of a lot better than it would be in the US, you know. So it's definitely something to consider, you know. But if you're happy where you are and you're not struggling, fantastic. But for a lot of people in the US, they are struggling. They're struggling terribly. You know, they can't afford to go out to eat. You know, they can barely afford to buy food at the grocery store. And so it's something to look at. You know, what's your quality of life? Do you need to change? Do you want to change? Or are you totally happy with your situation? But whatever your political affiliation is, don't expect it to be the cure of, you know, everybody's illnesses. It's not, you know. So you kind of need to try to make the right moves when opportunity strikes, you know. So anyway, these are my thoughts. Take it like a grain of salt. But if your life is miserable where you're at, well then take a trip, stay somewhere for a month, see, so you've got something to compare. You know, don't just think that your hometown is the best place to be. You know, it's a huge world out there, lots of places to see. Make the best of it, you know. So anyway, hey, I wanted to thank you for watching. Have a good day or evening, whatever time it is and wherever you are. Thanks. Bye-bye.